Hi, how's everyone? Thanks for coming back. Hello and welcome if you are new. I'm glad you found me. Capricorn, it's your turn. We got a little astrology to go through. This is uh, this is bigger energy because we're dealing with Saturn and Neptune and Pluto. Those are generational planets. So this is it's processing the world around us, the world around us that we can't really control, but we find ourselves nonetheless a part of. So in tropical astrology, the outer energy that's going on, our sign is empty, but our ruler Saturn retrograde is conjunct Neptune. And even though they're now in different signs in tropical, with Saturn at 29 degrees Pisces and Neptune at 1 degree Aries, Saturn's position in the last degree of Pisces is a powerful moment, signifying karmic closure and intense transformations. It's final exam time in our deep soul work as a society. And while Libra weighs and tallies the karma earned, Saturn deals it out. As Capricorn's ruler, Saturn is the embodiment of time itself, laws, government, and world leadership. This heralds a time of reaping what we've earned. Conjunct with Neptune in Aries, we are dealing externally with concepts, questions, and events that have long been kept in the depths, okay? Uncomfortable things, foreign things, pushed down or ignored, and they're being dredged up and disturbed and forced to the surface to be addressed by the ego. Aries is the first spark of initiative and inherent identity. So, outwardly, we are facing a time of evaluating and transforming who we are as a society of spiritual beings participating in a global structure and the standards that we embrace to maintain that structure, or how it will be dismantled. Because in sidereal astrology, Pluto, the planet of death, transformation, power and control, depth and challenges, is sitting tight in our sign at 7 degrees Capricorn. Again, our sign represents discipline, government, world leaders, and laws. Kind of gives one hope, if I'm not being too subtle, that the god of the underworld is dragging through the sign of rulership. Hashtag bloodclot 2025. Anyways, inwardly, we are exploring what strict governing principles might need to be allowed to die and transform. Unfortunately, Pluto is slow, and it will take up to 14 years to transit through Capricorn. That's how long it will take to dismantle if we drag it out, okay? We can still decide which structures come down, fascism or democracy. But Saturn is in Pisces until 2028, meaning we're reaping the spiritual karma that we earn. Hopefully, the cards will be a little less ominous. So, Capricorn, let's get the current energy and 3 clarifiers, and then the bottoms of the deck. Well, the pre-shuffle was fantastic, so I just kept it. The current energy is the Magician on the front side. This is manifesting, refining your skill, self-belief, faith in your abilities, and knowing what you got to do to get the job done. Okay, this is Aries energy, but also I put with the Magician Capricorn, because though with the Aries energy there's that fire, that spark to initiate something, there has to be the discipline of using what you have wisely in order to manifest what your fire wants you to. So that's why I combine Aries and Capricorn. Oh, I combine Aries and Capricorn for the Emperor too. That's interesting. So, magician energy, manifesting something new. I heard making something out of nothing. Underneath that, though, I heard making love out of nothing at all, which is interesting because we've got the Ace of Cups here in the future. So, unless it's just word association in my head, making something out of nothing. Because the magician comes after the fool, and the fool only has the basics. He comes forth with no baggage, which means we're going to have to come at this without any preconceived ideas, without anything messing with the formula, okay? This has to be new. And we've got all the basics. One wand, one pentacle, one cup, one sword, okay? We've got an infinity symbol here. Let's see if that's anywhere else. No, not this time. The infinity symbol doesn't just mean like endlessly to me. It also means what goes around comes around, right? Because of the figure 8. So this may be, like I was talking about with Pluto energy, things coming up from before, or just reusing something that you had before, something coming back around to be used again or explored again. I love that we've got the shooting star behind him, meaning there's a new direction, a new hope, new dream or wish, new opportunity, incoming enlightenment, incoming guidance, I heard. Right by Orion, the hunter. That's cool. We also have the shooting star over here. We'll get to it, but we've got the fool on the reverse in the clarifiers, and he's also following the same shooting star, if you can see how they look together. It almost looks like he's a little further away from the star because it's smaller, but they're following the same dream. Okay? There's somebody here who wants to follow a dream. So the first clarifier we have is an interesting combination here. We've got the Wheel of Fortune on the back side, and on the back side you see here again the Magician. Look how they look together. See? The Wheel of Fortune talks, this side of the card is talking about using your willpower to ride the wheel and influence your fate, okay? You make your destiny. So that's what's being remade here. That's what's being manifested with the Magician. A whole new destiny, whole new path. Be brave, Capricorn. We're not known for being that brave. We're known for being very cautious and very meticulous. Not very, I mean, we can be spontaneous, but we have to see the path ahead first. Think of the mountain goat, the symbol, the goat, how he has to make sure his steps are extremely scrutinized because any misstep and he could fall off of that mountain, right? So that's what we're looking at here. We're looking at a complete remaking of the self. But I heard again, right? I heard again. Somebody's at this energy again. I feel this time they're whoever this resonates with, I feel this time you feel very empowered. These are all major arcana. These are all major arcana here, which means this influence is coming in from the divine. And not only is it affecting us on a global level or societal level, maybe just down to the community level, it is here in us individually. Got the Magician and the same Magician here behind the Wheel of Fortune lifting the symbol of life. Okay, taking charge of that life, wielding that power, proclaiming himself. And that's what we need to be doing, proclaiming ourselves. It says use your willpower to ride the wheel and influence your fate. The magician. Make your destiny. Next to that, we have temperance. This is Sagittarius energy. I also give it to Aquarius energy. So far we've got Aries and Capricorn. I don't think the wheel is given to any particular sign, but traditionally it does have the 4 fixed signs. So that's Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, and Leo. Temperance here is Sagittarius, more fire. This side of temperance, it's saying balance the intellect and the emotion. That's what the angel is pouring back and forth in the cups, balancing the two cups. Is one is gold and one is silver, masculine and feminine, intellect and emotion or intuition. So, or ego and intuition. Also, it's balance, finding a balance between the two. Balancing intellect and emotion, you have to find what's needed to restore harmony. Where are you out of balance? And I think that's what we're doing internally for ourselves. Where are we out of balance? And what needs to be increased in the recipe and what needs to be decreased? Things like that. I heard I'm too in my head about this. I'm really in my head about this. Somebody's trying to, how am I supposed to put this? Somebody is finding, Capricorn, we're very down to earth, we're very logical, like I said, meticulous and methodical. But somebody is struggling between the logistics of a thing and the desire of the thing. For example, if this had to do with love, it would be the logistics of coming towards the relationship that you want versus the emotion of wanting to do it maybe a little recklessly. You have to find the balance. Okay, if this is job related, as Capricorns, we are very career minded. This is the idea of balancing what we want with what we're receiving. Okay. And next to that, like I said, we've got the Fool on the backside. Still very positive. Very positive. On the front side, you see he's there on The Morning Has Broken. What's that song? Morning has broken like the first morning. I don't know who sings that. But that always reminds me of Fool energy because it's like celebrating a brand new day. Okay. And he's moving. The sun is coming up on a brand new day. He's still facing the darkness. The sun is coming up behind him. He's facing the darkness only because he's still in the emotional side of the decision, still following his heart, still following his desires, still following hopes and dreams, right? This is kind of the opposite of following logic, because logic will tell you, well, this could go wrong and that you don't have enough of that. And the Fool is like, I don't give a fuck. Look at that shooting star is getting away from me. I'm addressing my needs here, my emotional needs. And there is good guidance behind you. We've still got the dog, the spirit guide behind you. Yeah. So the bottom of the decks here, really, really good. We've got the 3 of Cups. Is this the 3 or the Ace? Yep, the 3. On the reverse side, so it's kind of nighttime. This is gratefulness, acknowledging blessings, friends, family, from friends, family, and the divine. We've got the Sun on the front side. This is fantastic. Success is assured. be joyful, all will be well, or all is well. And the Nine of Pentacles. Peace, peace in self and solitude and tending your garden. Look at that. Love it. Underneath of that, I mean, going even further, this is influences we might not yet see. Underneath that, we've got the Page of Swords. That's somebody who's worried about messing up. He's looking for guidance. And that's kind of what the Fool is advising too. You've got guidance with you. Just make sure you utilize it, okay? Under that, you've got the Two of Pentacles on the front side, balancing work-life balance here, okay? And doing it well. They're pretty balanced. He's on one foot. He's kind of showing off. You're getting priorities in order. You're being resourceful and flexible. Keyword there. Keyword there. Be flexible. And only taking on what you can handle, and you're being recognized for it. That's so good. And then you've got these Six of Swords under there. It's uncertain, but you know there's no going back from this. You're on a new path already. You're in the boat. But be careful, because that sword energy is always mental things that we take with us. Okay, so make sure that the things that we fill our intellect with is positive things. So let's go through one more time. The current energy here with us, Capricorn, is manifesting something. The Magician. It's refining our skill. It's having faith in our abilities. It's knowing that we can create what we desire. We've got a shooting star back here behind him, meaning he's contemplating new directions, a new wish, a new dream, healing, right? Clarifying that, we've got the Wheel of Fortune, which is actually mirroring the movement of the Magician, using your willpower to ride the wheel. Because these are all major arcana, I like that this advice came out, because major arcana is energy that we don't control. Okay, we're just kind of having to ride the wheel, ride the storm out, like the song. So this is saying that usually tells us plan ahead, okay? Because even with the wheel on the front side, it's saying times are always changing. This is destiny, this is cycles and fate. But you can discern what you need for the next cycle, because things come back around. So whatever you're manifesting, make sure that you use good planning for when times are low. When the wheel is low, you'll have resources if you plan correctly. That's very Capricorn energy, planning ahead for the lows. And then when you're high, you enjoy it, but you make sure you even out for the future, okay? Have a faith in your skills. I heard somebody has to have the faith that they can actually get a new position or get better paying position. Manifest that. Have faith in your abilities. There's also here with Temperance, the idea of balancing intellect and emotion. So, sometimes Capricorn, we really do function with more logic. Like, we're not the air signs, but we definitely need to know details, okay? Virgo, a part of the earth signs, Taurus, a very detail-oriented energy. But don't get mired down in that rut, okay? Let yourself feel some emotions. Let yourself get into some air energy and, lift yourself up out of that. Have faith in yourself. Balancing it says, what is needed to restore harmony, okay? And then remember, we had that Two of Pentacles in the underlying energies. So there's a balancing. You got to reach some kind of equilibrium with work and work-life balance. I absolutely love the energy that's coming in, because once that Fool takes that step towards that shooting star, towards that new day, new dream, new opportunity, you meet your people, right? You're grateful for this abundance. You've got the Three of Cups here. This is gratefulness and acknowledging your blessings. This is going to be wonderful energy. The blessings of friends, family, and from the divine. All three. Okay? And you've got the Sun, which is assured success, so be joyful, because all will be well, or all is well. And here you are, Nine of Pentacles, the baby Empress. Peace of self and solitude, tending your garden. I love that the garden of the Nine of Pentacles has the archway that represents the Four of Wands, the marriage archway. So she's building this energy, Nine of Pentacles, baby Empress energy, is building the foundations of her future. And now you're in a position of actually sharing that life with someone. Okay? But we've got that Page of Swords here, which is somebody who's a little bit unsure of himself and looking for some guidance, looking to balance things on the financial level with that Two of Pentacles. But that Six of Swords, moving on, moving forward, even though the card is in the dark. They're moving in the dark. So I'm not saying somebody is like scuttling out in the middle of the night. What I'm saying is the inner psyche is content to move on into the unknown. That's what I mean. So one more. Should we go one more? King of Pentacles. That's fine. Yeah, that's way underneath the energies. So let's get some theme cards. I hope you're vibing with everything. I hope things are making sense. If you like my content, please leave a thumbs up, share, subscribe, leave a comment. I enjoy comments. I don't often get them. My information is in the description. Email, Venmo, Cash App. I'm available for personal readings and birth chart inquiries. Oop. Let's see, we've got fruition. There we go. That which you planted and tended is ready to harvest or close to it. I love that. That's really, that's, I can imagine, very satisfying to hear for us Capricorns. Caterpillar. Metamorphosis is imminent. I love that. I feel like that should go on the Wheel of Fortune over here. Okay. Hold up. Oh, do they have to? Red Sun. Okay. Okay, there's the wheel again. Oh, the Tower, but it's a little tower. Don't get scared just yet. This card is a storm warning. It's not destruction. It's just like water through the gutters, trying to clean out the garbage in the gutters. It's like inconvenient for a little while. Hang on. A couple more for Capricorn, please. Capricorn energy. Okay, Mars. Oh, I just forgot to look where Mars is. That's too many. I'll leave bamboo. One more. Okay, and moon phases. Gotcha. Oh, that's right. Tomorrow, or shoot, that was supposed to be today. Oh, day behind. That's not too bad. We are in the middle of the eclipse cycle, where we just had solar eclipse. on the 7th, we're going to have the lunar eclipse. So moon phases. Oh, okay. They want me. Shit. They want me to remind you that. Okay, so it started with the new moon solar eclipse. Well, during the new moon, you don't do any manifesting, okay? It's like a rest period for the energies. But with this new moon solar eclipse into a lunar eclipse, we're not supposed to do any manifesting for this time period. But it's coming, that's coming to an end. So yeah, the wheel comes, what goes around comes around. Caterpillar metamorphosis is imminent. We've got, oh, okay, we do have some poison here. It says the situation or something in it is toxic. That could be the structures that's trying to come down with that Pluto energy going through Capricorn. There's something toxic here. Negative, heavy energy is around. Okay. We've got the red sun. And that's a wake up to your spiritual path. Okay, that's Saturn in Pisces energy. This is intense emotion, passion, deep understanding, a spiritual awakening, and divine communication. What else do we have? Oh yeah, Tower, the storm warning. There is upheaval and restructuring here, but there's also cleansing away the old. It says not all storms come to disrupt your life, some just come to clear your path. Okay. Mars energy. Like I said, I forgot to check where Mars is, but this is power and action. This is Aries energy, competition, passion, aggression, drive, and ambition. So this could be what were we talking about? Something was in Aries. Oh yeah, Neptune just entered 1 degree Aries. But also in Aries right now is Chiron, and Chiron is the wounded healer. This is a wounding to our self-esteem, our self-worth. They're not near each other, so they're not interacting just yet. But we do have to mention that Chiron is in Aries. This is also destruction and temper. So yeah, there's hot energy around. Bamboo, there's growth here, resilience and strength, flexibility. Oh, there was a card here talking about being flexible, wasn't there? I think, yeah. Longevity, good luck, prosperity, and enlightenment. And then we got hold up, pause, rest, consider, and chill out. So with the sun card here saying just be assured everything's going to be a success. Everything is all will be well. You got hold up here, relax, rest, and chill out. Along with that wheel energy, what goes around comes around. Ride the wheel, ride this out, and prepare for a opportunity to create something brand new for yourself. And I do want to think that it has to do with love eventually, because we got the Three of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles. And in the Nine of Pentacles, she is preparing a life to share with someone else. Okay, I love that. That's what I have, Capricorn. Tomorrow we're going to get to a midway eclipse cycle reading. So that's what I have for tomorrow. So if until I see you again in the next reading, thanks for sticking with me. Okay, thanks. Bye.